Welcome to St Mary's Tractor Run. We can't do it physically this year, but we're going to do it virtually. And here's a picture of all the tractors outside Cox's Hall last year as they're preparing to go out on their run. A wonderful team who help us in the tractor run, and here's a picture of them all from the last number of years, and we're thankful for them and all they do. And of course this year we're sad that Sonny Kingston, who passed away recently, won't be with us. Our tractor run is to raise funds for St Mary's Church here in Dunmanway, and also we're supporting the charity Co-Action, who do wonderful work for those with disabilities in West Cork. So at the beginning we're going to show you a video which was given to us in 2002 from Jerome McCarthy, and I hope you enjoy watching this, a bit of reminiscing before we go into this year's event. so we're grateful to Jerome McCarthy for his 2012 video, finishing here with the VW Beetle in lovely order from 1969. Of course, before the tractors head out, there has to be an inspection of the fleet, and we're grateful to the organisers, especially Donal O'Leary, who looks after the vintage cars, pictured here with John Beamish, part of the St Mary's Committee, organising the tractor run. Sydney Kingston traditionally leads the way and lets people know what's happening. We have pictures here of the Helens, Joylan with his baby son Wyatt Thomas, and the 2130 John Deere that he learned to drive on, and maybe Wyatt will someday get a chance to learn to drive the same tractor. Here we have Tom Helen with his 2850 John Deere tractor, which he uses for mowing, topping, treading, etc. on the farm at Knox near Rossmore. And Sinead Helen on the 6410 John Deere tractor at Knox. To John Beamish and his beautiful Ford 3000 in great condition, heading out on the tractor run from Cox's Hall. The chamber fleet all lined up and ready for action, whether it's silage or some other activity that's going on. We have David Dean here with his two boys when they got their new Massey Ferguson 5712S last year, and there was great excitement when it landed into the yard, and they're also pictured here with their grandfather Christopher when they're having their first spin. Derry O'Sullivan at silage with his young apprentice, enjoying doing the work together. We have Tom Dean here with his family and the fleet of John Deere tractors, and they also send us a little video of the tractors on the way out of the yard. Next we have a lovely selection of Ford tractors which have been lovingly maintained and restored by Shane and Ryan Jennings. Edward Draper is a member of the De Courcy Classic and Vintage Club, and Edward's tractor is a 1964 Nuffield 460 model, bought new from Christy Crowley Garage in Skibbereen by the Birchall family in Crookhaven. Eric and Marion sent in this lovely picture of their Massey Ferguson 135, and it's based over in Clonakilty. Keith and Helen Kingston and their family have put this lovely red display of Massey Fergusons together on their farm, along with Pat O'Regan, and they have a lovely display of their tractors here for us to see. Next is the Shortens, Harold Shorten's family, and they have a New Holland TS 110, and his daughters really enjoy driving this tractor. Next up is Reggie Chambers, and he has a New Holland TM 150, and here he's seen bringing in bales of silage with the help of some of his grandchildren. Linda and Willie Pattison have this lovely Ford 4630, which they bought in March 2017 to replace their old 1973 Leyland 253. They're the second owners, and it's had a full respray and in excellent condition and perfect working order, and it's now enjoying an easy life in its new home. We're used to seeing bigger and bigger machinery as the years go on, and here's a photograph back from 1963 of a combine harvester owned by Bob Dean of Mount Malarish in Dunmanway. Seen here in the photograph are Bob and his nephew Albert, and it's amazing to see what can be done with such older machinery when we see all the big machinery that we have these days. Next we have Sonny and Paul Kingston on their Field Marshal tractor. Paul's grandfather Paul and his granduncle Willie John bought this Field Marshal tractor back in 1948, and they had two of these tractors and threshing machines, which they used to thrash corn locally and in the Drimoleague area. When they finished in this area, they moved on to Mallow, Castletown Roach, Youghal, Cappoquin, Dungarvan, Limerick, Ballinvar in County Meath and Kilkenny, and anywhere they could get work. The speed of these tractors was 8 miles an hour, and the thrashing season lasted from July right up to Christmas. Now we're moving on to a few cars that were sent in to us. This is a Ford Escort, belonged to Keith and Helen Kingston and Melinda Gunn. We have a beautiful little Mini Cooper here from 1978, belonged to Alan and Elizabeth Clark, and it was restored by Alan. Next we have a Triumph TR3A from 1959, and it's belonged to Mervyn Jeffers, who's had it for 17 years and toured extensively in Ireland, the UK and France. Here we have a lovely Rover P5B made in 1970, belong to Jerome Kelly. At our tractor run each year, the young people enjoy putting together displays of model farms with their tractors and machinery, and they put them together in lovely displays. First we have the O'Sullivan family, and they have their display nicely set out here for us. The Keneally family, they have their yard and their cows and their machinery all neatly arranged. Up at Elo Stables, a model farm by Amelia Kingston, and here she has grooming, loading, and also feeding her horses a few carrots. James has been busy doing silage, and he has a very busy yard where all the machinery is, and also looking after the cattle and the machinery at work, and a little model of feeding cattle as well. This is Gavin McCarthy's farm with all his fields nicely laid out and his tractors at work. We're grateful to Andy Gibson, who took a lot of photographs in 2018, and what follows now are his collection of photographs, which we'll look at with a little bit of music.
Can we ride in this moment? Can we ride? Nothing's stopping us tonight. No, not a single brake light in our sight. In our way, I'll be your passenger. You lead the way. I'll let you take the wheel. I'm feeling something real. I need to feel that breeze rush your feeling. Not a single taillight in our sight. All I see are green lights ahead, lighting our way. Yeah. Lighting up my way. Lighting up my way. They light it up. They light it up. Can we drive right into this feeling? Can we drive? 'Cause there's a way I'm stepping tonight. No, not a single red light in our sight. In our way, yeah. I'll be your passenger. You lead the way. I'll let you take the wheel. I'm feeling something real. I need to feel that breeze rush over me. You lead the way. Not a single taillight in our sight. In our way. All I see are green lights ahead, lighting our way. Lighting away.
So we're grateful to everyone who has supported this virtual tractor run with your contributions, your donations, and also sending in photographs. We'd especially like to thank Jerome McCarthy for his 2012 video and Andy Gibson for his photographs in 2018. We'd like to dedicate this virtual tractor run to the memory of Sonny Kingston, who was always very involved and who passed away suddenly just before the tractor run this year.
Can we ride in this moment? Can we ride? Nothing's stopping us tonight. No, not a single brake light in our sight. In our way, yeah. I'll be your passenger. You lead the way. I'll let you take the wheel. I'm feeling something real. I need to feel that breeze rush your feeling. Not a single taillight Hey.